Katy Perry just announced the name of her new single, Women's World, which is dropping on July 11th. Finally, on June 17th, Perry gave fans release dates for a single and a new music video in a post on X.
Welcome to my channel, Outspoken Samantha. If you are new here, welcome. I do appreciate you clicking on this video to watch it, and since you are here, I would love it if you would help me to grow this channel and hit that subscribe button now. And to those of you that are returning, welcome back. I truly do appreciate your continued support on my channel, and I hope that you are subscribed as well. So here's someone we have not talked about on my channel before, and that is Katy Perry. And just as a little side note, I have been told before that I look like Katy Perry, so what do you guys think? So Katy Perry ended up on my radar the other day, partially because she's incredibly famous and well known, but also because this video popped up on my Instagram feed, and I saw her getting out of this car with this beautiful red dress, but this incredibly long train behind it with all of these words on it. Now, it's a pretty common theme these days for celebrities at these Hollywood events to make political statements on their clothing and push specific messages while they have all of these cameras on them. So I thought this was just another one of those instances. However, it turns out that these are actually the lyrics to Katy Perry's new song, Woman's World. And these are the lyrics to that song. It says, "It's a woman's world and you're lucky to be living in it. Sexy, confident, so intelligent. She is heaven sent, so soft, so strong. She's a winner, champion, superhuman, number one. She's a sister, she's mother. Open your eyes, just look around and you'll discover you know. It's a woman's world and you're lucky to be living in it." And she goes on to repeat that a few times. "You better celebrate, because baby, we ain't going away. It's a woman's world and you're lucky to be living in it. Fire in her eyes, feminine divine. She was born to shine, to shine, to shine. She's a flower, she's a thorn, superhuman number one. She's a sister, she's mother. Open your eyes, just look around and you'll discover you know it's a woman's world. You're lucky to be living in it." The song isn't going to be released until July 11th, but this is one small snippet that is available now.
Sexy, confident, so intelligent. She is heaven sent, so soft.
So what do you guys think? Because I have to say, I think it sounds a little disappointing already. But moving on. Now, initially, I thought the lyrics were kind of nice. They're a little cheesy, but I like talking about women as being strong and bold and using words like sister and mother and pointing to all of these roles that women have in people's lives, and that these roles as women are beneficial to the world. Being born to shine and using the word feminine in association with the word divine, because it is my belief that who we are as women and our unique characteristics as such were created and instilled in us by God for a divine purpose, and that there is immeasurable meaning in those things, and that so much good comes when we stand up for women as women and when we know who we are. And I also believe that when we know who we are capable of standing alongside men who can truly live up to their divine gifts, and that as we balance each other out by embracing our unique qualities and instincts, that's when the strongest homes and families happen, and what comes from strong homes fosters a strong and successful society. However, I just don't think that that's the message at all that Katy meant to share by writing and promoting this song to and about women. Because based on all of the organizations, politicians, and ideologies she supports and advocates for, I'm not even sure that Katy Perry knows what a woman is. First, she has been a staunch advocate for the LGBTQIA community for years, and honestly, I can absolutely give her some grace for that support when she started speaking out for this group several years ago when it was just LGB, and when the conversation was simply about gay people wanting to get married and marry who they want to marry and loving who you want to love. Those were definitely simpler times. As most of us know by now, if you have been paying any attention at all, beyond a shadow of a doubt that this was never the end goal of this movement, and it has morphed into something unrecognizable and completely degrades men, women, children, and families. Women might be men, men can take opportunities in spaces from women, children are not allowed to be protected by mothers who don't want them sexualized, and if you're part of a family that doesn't fly a pride flag, then you should leave your mother because she hates you. Katy Perry's not just unwavering alliance, but becoming a stronger supporter of this community now more than ever, makes the release of a song using words that specifically define women bewildering and completely disconnected. A couple of more things to note here. In 2017, Katy Perry received an award from the Human Rights Campaign for using her voice and large platform to speak about LGBTQ rights. And I don't know about you guys, but when I think of the Human Rights Campaign, my mind always goes back to this particular exchange between Senator Ted Cruz and the president of the Human Rights Campaign, Kelly Robinson, when asked about if there's even a difference between men and women.
Ms. Robinson, do you agree with Ms. Gaines that there's a difference between women and men?
If the question is about trans women,
I'm just asking, is there a difference between women and men?
I mean, what I can say here is that the NCAA has rules in place. They've had rules in place for the last decade, and when this competition happened,
I'm going to try again.
the rules were clear.
Do you believe there's a difference between women and men? It's a yes/no question. Do you believe there's a difference?
Oh, I think that we're talking about this case with the NCAA.
No, I'm asking a question. Do you believe there's a difference between women and men? Most people could answer this very simply. I'm curious if you're willing to do so.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just putting it into the context of the conversation that we're having. I think that there are definitions related to sex.
Is that a yes? So I'm trying to get a yes or no. I'm not trying to get a speech. Is there a difference between women and men?
I think that there are definitions for biological sex.
Okay, so you're not answering that. Let me ask you this question then. Why do women's sports exist? If you can't define a difference between women and men, why not abolish women's sports and just tell little girls to swim with little boys and see who wins?
Oh, I'm simply saying that that sex is different than gender.
Why
and I do believe that women's sports have a great
exist?
value. I mean, Senator, I'll tell you right
Ms.
now.
Robinson, please answer the question I'm asking you.
And Katy Perry was very proud to receive an award from that particular organization. And just a couple of other notes about the organizations that Perry stands behind. She dedicated her song Firework to the It Gets Better Project, which is an internet nonprofit that claims to want to connect LGBTQ youth around the world. And she has also been awarded the Trevor Hero Award by the Trevor Project, which is an organization that claims to be focused on unalive prevention for LGBTQIA youth, but it has been exposed for connecting minors with adults who have depraved sexual fetishes through their online chat groups. As far as politics, she unsurprisingly is heavily immersed in far-left campaigns, having endorsed Hillary Clinton in 2016 and fundraised for Kamala Harris's Senate race in that same year. And she obviously voted for the Biden-Harris ticket in 2020, saying that choosing these two means we're getting the leader America desperately needs, and that picking Harris as a VP is a testament to Biden's decision-making. And boy, ain't that the truth. Katy Perry also identifies as a feminist, which most of us are aware of by now, and many are waking up to, has been a movement that has heavily set women back, linking arms with trans activist communities in making sure that women stay silent in the presence of men in dresses. So all of this already flies directly in the face of everything she's writing about in this song. But then I also can't help but go back to this clip from American Idol, which came from about a year ago, where this young woman named Sarah Beth Lieb was auditioning, and Katy Perry made her feel bad about being a mom.
American Idol contestant Sarah Beth Lieb is speaking out. The 25-year-old auditioned for Katy Perry, Lionel Richie, and Luke Bryan during the March 5th episode of season 31. But before she could get to singing, the judges marveled at her youthful appearance.
25. What are you saying?
Yes, 25.
No,
16.
I mean, come on.
Bless, you guys are my favorite.
Give us a basic.
I have 3 kids, so that's like...
Get away from here. What are you saying?
You okay, Katie?
Nope.
It's okay.
If Katie lays on the table, I think I'm gonna pass out.
3 kids.
Honey, you've been laying on the table too much.
No.
You know.
TikTok on March 8th, the California native says this.
It's embarrassing to have that on TV, and it was hurtful. I think that women supporting and uplifting other women is so cool. And I think that mom shaming is super lame.
I do understand being shocked that someone that looks this young has 3 kids, but her comments were tasteless and not empowering at all, and are quite contradictory to the words feminine divine, as there's nothing more divinely feminine than being a mother. So all of this to say, obviously Katy Perry is allowed to have her beliefs, support whatever causes or organizations that she wants, and vote for whoever she wants. That's the right of being an American citizen, and there is no problem with that at all. all. However, there is an entire level of either hypocrisy, lack of self-awareness, or total disconnect from reality, or perhaps all three, to be participating in so many things that are undermining women, taking away our rights to safety and privacy, taking away our opportunities, and demeaning everything that makes women special, while endorsing men who dress up as women and standing behind countless organizations that tell young women to stay silent around boys who want to come into their bathrooms, locker rooms, and take their opportunities, and supporting politicians who have abolished the very law that protected spaces and opportunities for women by completely erasing the definition of the word woman. Then come out with a song that makes it seem like you believe that being a woman still has meaning. The words in this song have the potential to be empowering to women and our natural gifts and our abilities, our qualities and contributions to the world, but the very people that Katy Perry supports have abolished Title IX and the entire meaning of the word woman along with it, and has made it so that anyone who simply says they're a woman now is. This means anyone who says they're a mother is one. Anyone who says they're a sister is one. Anyone who says they're a woman is one. Not only that, any woman who disagrees needs to stay silent. And she is apparently into shaming women who feel empowered by children and not empowered by men in corporate positions who dictate their hours, schedules, time off, and monetary value. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. So ultimately, when you say it's a woman's world, Katy, what you mean is the world belongs to anyone who says they're a woman, and women who disagree are hateful bigots who need to step aside for men with mental illnesses so we don't hurt their feelings. And I guess that title isn't as catchy, but it would definitely be more accurate. Being totally honest, I would like to see fewer songs saying it's a woman's world, because these ideas typically come at a cost of respect to men and what they offer, and instead see songs about being a family's world, or a husband and wife's world, or about men and women complementing each other. Like, can we make that happen? Truly, it's not a woman's world, and the more we try to tip the scales to one side or the other, the more miserable people become, and the more we remain stunted in our growth and reaching our potential as human beings. Anyway, Katy, when you start advocating for single-sex spaces, opportunities, titles, and scholarships again, then maybe we can take this kind of seriously. But at this point, you're not empowering women, you're disenfranchising us. And you can write all the songs about what you think people want to hear, but actions speak louder than words or songs, and we know what you really stand for, and it's not for women. Anyway, I would love to hear all of your thoughts on this in the comments below. I am sure I am going to get a ton of people who disagree with me and are going to have lovely things to say about me being a transphobe or whatever. I'm just calling it how I see it. Be sure to hit that like button, make sure that you are subscribed, make sure your notifications are turned on so that you never miss any of my video uploads and any of these discussions. Keep it real, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.